Hi everyone, it's me, Mrs. Holbrook, and got my friend Baby Echo with me. And today is our last day of this unit. So if you think about it, for this unit, we learned all of these green glued sounds, and we learned how to do words with glued sounds and add a suffix s at the end. Wow. Believe it or not, these are all the sounds you're going to learn for this year, most likely. And then you're just going to keep learning different things and different ways that you can use them. So if you don't feel like you have them totally mastered, they're still new, but you'll get there. So let's get you ready for an assessment, a test that you're going to be having with your teacher so he or she can see what you know. Repeat after me. A-N-G, bang, ang. A-N-K, bank, ank. I-N-G, ring, ing. I-N-K, pink, ink. O-N-G, song, ong. O-N-K, honk, onk. U-N-G, lung, ung. U-N-K, junk, unk. A-N-G, fang, A-N-K, bank, ank. I think we went through those a few times. Okay, now we're gonna go out and do some standard cards. Let's pick some sounds that we need. Let's go with the end of the alphabet. Y, y. X, x. W, w. Z, z. What's the other letter that says z? S, very good. Okay, and the last part of our warm-up today is going to be some trick words. So I'll add in a few units that we've done so far. We'll do 5, 6, and 7. And I want you to try to beat me. From, have, do. Remember, you're trying to read it before I do. Does, why, by, my, try, put, to, very, also, some, come, were, are, who, what, when, where, there. Nice job, everybody. Okay, next, I want to read some words with you. Not only do we need to be able to spell these words, we need to be able to read them smoothly. So let's go ahead and here's a bunch of sounds. We won't do sounds right now. We'll do some of these songs, some of these words. I just saw the word songs. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and practice reading all of these words. I'll highlight it and you read it, and then I'll say it after so you can see if you were right. Wing, hang, mall, lung, song, king, and if you need to tap them, do it. K-ing, king. Fang, fangs. What's this one? Path. This one? Fuss. Thinks. Think. Sink. Chunk. Excellent, everybody. And let's do one more row right here. What's this one? Honk, bank, link, deck, decks, and hank. Very nice job. And now we are going to do a little story time. So we've read this story a few times now, and I want you to try to remember in your heads um, what happens in this story. So go ahead, read it over silently, picture it in your head, and then tell me what's happening. Okay. So remember, this kind of story is called narrative fiction. Fiction is fake, it's make believe, not a real story. And if it's narrative, it means it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So some books have stories that are pretend and make believe. They can be about people, they could be about animals, but it's made up, and the whole point is to entertain us. So this could happen, right? This could be a true story, but it's not. It's just made up, and it's supposed to make us laugh a little bit and entertain us. Now remember, some books are different. They tell us facts or very specific information, and they teach us things that are true. So I brought, since this story is King Sam, I don't really have any books about kings in my library because in the United States we don't have kings, we have, or queens, we have presidents. So I brought this book right here called Lives of Presidents, and this is the type of book that is telling us true facts. So we call it nonfiction. Everybody say nonfiction. And I remember nonfiction is like fiction is like F fake, so not fake, real true facts. So let me go ahead and read you some of these real true facts. It has each of the presidents in this book and a whole bunch of information. So I'm just going to flip through and find a president to tell you a little bit about. Okay, how about FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt? It says he was born in Hyde Park, New York in 1882, and he died in Warm Springs, Georgia in 1945. And so those are facts. That's true, definitely true about when he was born and when he was died. It also says at age 39, he had been struck with polio, leaving his legs permanently crippled and making him our only physical disabled president. He developed a remarkable way of distracting attention from his wheelchair. So it's pretty cool that he was in a wheelchair. At that time, he didn't really make it known, but I think it's great that anybody could be president, whether you can walk or not. So those are true facts, making this what kind of book? Is it fiction or nonfiction? Nonfiction. So I'm wondering, what kind of books do you like better? Do you like make-believe stories or true facts? Fiction or nonfiction? Well, in school, you'll be reading a lot of each kind because they have different purposes. All right, so the last thing I want to do is give you a little more practice with some of the words that will be on the test and the types of words. So for that, why don't you grab your whiteboard and a marker, and we can do a little bit of practice. Okay, let's start by doing some sounds. Let's write the sound ink on your whiteboard. Ink. Check it to mine. And I want you to see how many words can you come up with that rhyme with ink, that have the ink sound, like bank. Go ahead, spend a few minutes. Let's give you 1 minute, all the words you can with ink. I like to look at the letters and say, if I put a P before it, would it be a real word? If I put an F before it, would it be a real word? Looking at those consonants helps me. All right, 20 more seconds on ink. Okay, time's up. Here's my list. Read them with me. Bank, tank, sink, think, Hank. And I capitalized Hank because it's a person's name. Did you come up with any others? Okay, let's go ahead and box in the glued sound on all the ones that you did. Awesome, box them all in. And then we can erase, and we're going to do the same game, but with a different sound. This time we'll do ing, right? Ing, ing, and then go ahead 1 minute to do all the words that have ing in them. Thirty more seconds. If you finish and you can't think of any more, box in your ings. Okay, check it out. Will you read my list with me? Ing, thing, ding, ding, ing, king, ring, ring, sing, sing, ing, wing. Did you come up with any that I forgot? Okay, nice job, everybody. Let's erase this and let's practice all the trick words that we did this unit. Okay, the first one we learned was why. Why. And remember the tricky part, you have to remember it's the digraph, not just W. And why. Why usually says y, but in this word it says I. Now, if you can spell why, you can spell buy, my, and try. Why, buy, my, try. Work on all of those. Okay, are you ready for the next one? Put. Put. P-U-T. Put. And after put, we learned how to do the number 2. The beginning sound isn't tricky, but the next 2 sounds are 2. T-W-O. Okay, and then we learned the other 2, like me too. And I like to remember it's double O because I want to go to. You want something too, so you want like more of it. 2 O's. Okay, 4 more trick words that we learned this unit. Very. Very. You are very smart. Also. Remember, it's like all, but only one L, and then the word so. Very, also. And then the last 2, come, some. It's the part that is tricky. But if you can do one of them right, you'll be able to do both of them right. Come, some. Okay, guys. These are all the trick words from this unit, so you need to be able to read them and spell them. If there's any that were extra tricky, you can practice working on them a little more now. Before you go, let's read all the ones on my list. Why, buy, my, try, put, to, very, also, come, some. Make sure you erase your board, keep it clean, and that's it for today.